Hello bros, Darkrai strikes again. So this tutorial I will give you overall insights of how to use Darkrai. So the Hypnosis will sleep the enemy just like this, and you will gain a boosted attack, and trying to pop up that is you will gain a damage to the enemy. So remember bros, when you're using the Hypnosis, you will gain a boosted attack and also the damage over time of the sleep, and you gain a plus damage to the enemy if the enemy has been slept by Darkrai. Next is the Calm Mind, where you gain the movement speed and also an increase of SP attack, 30% increase, and also the SP defense of your Pokemon. So this is one of the mobility that Darkrai uses early in the game. So now let's proceed for the Shadow Claw and Dark Pulse combo. So when you are using the Shadow Claw bros, you will gain a indicator or symbol just like that. So if you hit that 2 times, it will trigger the sleep or passive of Darkrai. And you also gain a boosted attack of it when you trigger or hit the 2 basic attacks, and will trigger the sleep. And also the Shadow Claw, as you've seen, it changed the indication there that you gain another moveset of Shadow Claw, where that is your burst damage. And now for the Dark Pulse is that when you are using the Dark Pulse, you can pop any ring circle you want to go. And also if you just want to cancel or just one pop-up, you can long press the Dark Pulse in order for you to go in that particular direction. So your movement wheel is your one and only tools to choose what ring you want to go. If you go to the center, you just don't move your movement wheel. If you go to the outside of the circle, you just move your wheel in a circular motion in order for you to target or what you want to go when you're using the Dark Pulse. So you can use the Dark Pulse 2 times bro, but if you want to cancel your Dark Pulse, you just long press it in any direction you want in order for you to save the cooldown of your Dark Pulse. So now for the combo, where you use your Shadow Claw again, and Dark Pulse in order for you to kill the opponents and trigger the sleep. But the hard part of this is that when you are using the Shadow Claw and hit the mark of the enemy, it is hard for you to target actually in the Shadow Claw because the enemy has a lot of mobility, right? So you will be having a hard time when you're using the Shadow Claw and Dark Pulse combo. Also, you can do the other combo where you use the Dark Pulse, Shadow Claw, Dark Pulse. So just like the Shadow Claw, Dark Pulse. But the sad fact of that is that it deals low damage because you cannot trigger the passive of Darkrai. So I don't really recommend that combo where you use the Dark Pulse, Shadow Claw, because you really need to use the other combo where you are using the Shadow Claw, Dark Pulse, and the Shadow Claw. So just like this. So because you will gain a mark, or the passive of Darkrai will trigger, which deals a lot of damage. That's why this combo is so hard to land, because the Shadow Claw, there's a lot of mobility on the Pokemon, so you cannot really land the Shadow Claw very perfectly to the enemy. So next, let's go to the other build, which is the Dark Void and the Nasty Plot combo. So as you've seen, the Nasty Plot is just a mobility, and also when you hit it to the enemy, they will gain a, just like that. As you've seen, there's a 2 boosted, right, that it hits directly to the opponent. So if it's just one Nasty Plot, it just one mark. But if you have 2 Nasty Plot and attack it to the enemy, it will gain a 2 trigger. So next is the Dark Void, where you hit that to the opponent, they will lose a movement speed, and also combined with the Nasty Plot combo, you will trigger the sleep automatically, because when you're using the Dark Void and hit directly the basic attacks, the opponent will go to sleep, and it will trigger very big damage to the opponent, because as I repeat, the passive of Darkrai triggers when the enemy is asleep, and also you have increased damage when the opponent is at sleep, and while you're attacking that Pokemon in a sleep, you will gain a very big damage to the opponent. The other combo of this is while you are doing the 2 Nasty Plot and doing the Dark Void, so make sure that you don't hit your boosted attack, because when you are using the Nasty Plot, and Dark Void, and it will trigger the sleep motion or the passive of Darkrai. You will gain a boosted attack, which do not use it. Wait for your Dark Void to cool down and use your boosted attack. So just like this, I hit my opponent, I did not hit my boosted attack, and I'm waiting for the Dark Void. So I will use the Dark Void again and use my boosted attack. So this is what we call the chain stun, but I will not recommend this in a Pokemon who has a unstoppable, because this will not work. But if the defenders doesn't have unstoppable, defenders is the right to do this combo. Next is the hybrid build, which is the Dark Void and the Dark Pulse, which is my favorite combo so far because it has a damage and also has a lot of mobility in this Pokemon. So when you're hitting the Dark Void bros, you need to pop up your Dark Pulse in order for your enemy to sleep. So just like that. So the combo is just using the Dark Void, then Dark Pulse out, then use the Dark Pulse again in triggering the sleep, and it depends on you where you land the Dark Pulse last. Either your positioning or you go offensive. You go offensive if the enemy has a very low HP, or you can kill it. But if the enemy has a lot of HP, I recommend just reposition yourself and wait for the proper time. So also bros, you can do the CC chain where I told you when you are using the Nasty Plot, where you're using the Dark Void, you need to wait for the Dark Void. And don't use your boosted attack, wait for your Dark Void cooldown, and after using the Dark Void, you use the boosted attack in order for you to trigger the chain CC combo of passive of Darkrai, which is really one of the most greatest thing in Darkrai. The next combo is the hybrid build, which is the Shadow Claw and the Nasty Plot combo. So what I do in this combo is that when you are using the Shadow Claw, just like I told you before, bros, is that if you hit the enemy 2 times in the Shadow Claw mark, you gain the passive, right? So the Nasty Plot has a 2 boosted attack, which will trigger the Shadow Claw passive very quickly. So this combo is really very good for bursting down your damage in one hitting the enemy. So it is also good because you can preposition yourself using the Nasty Plot and make sure your Shadow Claw hits the opponent. So this combo is just using the 2 Nasty Plot, then use the Shadow Claw and hit your Nasty Plot, then finish the Shadow Claw, which deals a lot of damage in the enemy. So this build is also good, but you really need to hit your Shadow Claw in order for you to trigger the passive of Darkrai. So the last one is the Unite move of Darkrai, which is one of the most broken ability of Darkrai, because its damage has a damage over time. When you use the Unite move of Darkrai, which is the passive, will just trigger and just slowly killing the opponent. And also it separates you in the original version of your map. So if you kill the opponent there, you will just go back to the real world or to the real area where you use your Unite move. And also if you've been killed in the Unite move, there is no turning back. You will die in your Unite move, but there is really a small chance that you will die in Unite move because the damage of it is really insanely broken, and you can really pretty sure one-on-one battle to any of the Pokemon, and you can win any of that battle if you use properly the Unite move and your abilities in your domain. Also bros, if you use your real abilities in the real world, you can just get a reset when you are using the Unite move of Darkrai, so make sure you take note of that. You will gain a reset of your moveset even you use your moveset in the real world, because it is one of the ability of Darkrai where it just resets his ability, which is pretty broken and so efficient in the game. Also, additional tips: when Darkrai uses the Unite move in you, you can just use your Dark Pulse and just patiently wait. Do not pop your Dark Pulse very fast because there's a loading indication, right? You will see that it is loading and you just pop single of it, then pop again, so he cannot kill you even he's in your domain. So make sure you do that trick in order for you to survive the Unite move of Darkrai. Plus additional tips: you can use the Hypnosis and just run back in order for you to have a fast jungling area. So just like this, I use my Hypnosis in order for me to farm efficiently and also fast in order for me to visit the laning that I want to visit. So just like that, you can do that method in order for you to have a fast farm. So thank you bros, I hope we reach 20 likes again, and like and subscribe for more type of this content, and I hope you have I hope you learned something, and also I will post tomorrow's video gameplay in order for you to truly understand why Darkrai is very OP in solo queue and it is so broken. So I know Darkrai will get a nerf someday, so you can try Darkrai and see why it is so broken, because I promise you bros, Darkrai is really one of the most insanely broken, and this will be banned if there's a drop pick. So if it is available and there's no draft pick, you can use Darkrai and see how strong Darkrai really is. So thank you bros, and stay hydrated as always.